Have you ever been told you look younger than your age? At first, it feels like a simple compliment, but what if it means more than good genetics or skincare? What if youthfulness is not just about the body, but also about the mind, your choices, and the way you carry your spirit? The truth is, age is not written only in years. It's written in your habits, your mindset, and your energy. Stress, bitterness, and regret can carve deep lines into your face, while resilience, curiosity, and joy can keep you glowing long past your youth. Two people may share the same age, but their appearance and presence can tell two very different stories. In this journey, we'll uncover 7 hidden reasons why some people look younger than their years. These reasons go beyond creams or treatments. They reveal psychological traits and life choices that protect vitality and keep the spirit alive. From emotional resilience to embracing change, from curiosity to letting go of the past, you'll discover how the way you live shapes the way you look. Looking younger isn't luck. It's a reflection of the soul. And the best part? These secrets are within reach for anyone who chooses to practice them. Have you ever met someone who has gone through heartbreak, betrayal, financial disasters, or even the deepest forms of loss? Yet when you look at them, they appear untouched by time? Their skin still glows, their eyes sparkle, and their presence feels light. You wouldn't be able to guess the storms they have survived. What's their secret? It's not an expensive skincare routine or winning the genetic lottery. It's something far more powerful, an unbreakable spirit. Your body mirrors the state of your mind far more than most people realize. When you carry stress, resentment, and despair, it doesn't stay locked inside. It etches itself into your posture, your tone of voice, and even the lines on your face. On the other hand, when you cultivate inner strength, resilience, and the ability to rise no matter how many times life knocks you down, your body reflects that strength too. You appear vibrant, radiant, and timeless. Think about it. Stress is often called the silent killer. But it's also an ageless thief. High levels of cortisol, the hormone released when you're under constant stress, not only weaken your immune system and sap your energy, but also accelerate aging. It breaks down collagen in the skin, creating wrinkles and dullness. It weakens your hair, drains your glow, and makes you look and feel older than you truly are. When people let stress consume them, they physically carry it on their faces. That permanent frown, the heavy eyes, the fatigue in their movements, it's all stress speaking through the body. Now, contrast this with those who refuse to let hardship define them. Life knocks them down, but they get back up. They feel pain, but they don't let it harden into bitterness. Instead, they cultivate resilience. They find ways to laugh, even in the middle of chaos. They rise after every setback with a quiet determination that life may bruise them, but it will never break them. And here's the fascinating truth. Their faces reflect that resilience. Their skin retains a healthy glow. Their expressions radiate warmth instead of tension. Their eyes are alive with energy and presence. Science is catching up to what ancient wisdom has long taught. The Stoics, for example, believed that while we cannot control external events, we always retain control over our inner state. By focusing on what is within our control, our reactions, our attitude, our choices, we free ourselves from being prisoners of stress. Modern psychology echoes this. Resilience and emotional mastery reduce cortisol levels, strengthen the immune system, and even slow cellular aging. In other words, your ability to master your mind is directly tied to how young your body appears. If you've ever been told you look younger than your age, ask yourself, could it be because you've cultivated this unbreakable spirit? Do you keep moving forward when life tests you? Do you find reasons to smile, even in the face of adversity? That ability to endure and still remain open-hearted might just be the ultimate secret to agelessness. And if you haven't mastered this yet, the good news is, it's never too late. Resilience isn't something you're simply born with. It's a skill, a choice, a practice. You can begin today by letting go of what you cannot control, by refusing to dwell on past wounds, by seeing every setback not as an ending, but as training for greater strength. Remember, life will try to wear you down. Challenges are inevitable, but whether they leave permanent scars on your spirit or simply polish you into someone stronger, that's up to you. And your face, your body, and your very presence will tell the story of which choice you made. So the first hidden reason some people look years younger than their age is simple yet profound. They've built an unbreakable spirit. They carry within them a strength so deep that time itself struggles to leave a mark. Have you ever noticed how some people, no matter their age, carry an unstoppable energy? They radiate vitality, curiosity, and enthusiasm, making it seem as if time has little power over them. What sets them apart from those who age prematurely? The secret lies in their ability to embrace change instead of resisting it. Stubbornness, clinging to what is familiar and safe, may provide temporary comfort, but it is also one of the fastest ways to age, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. When someone fears change, they lock themselves in a cycle of resistance. They replay the same habits, cling to old ways of thinking, and reject new experiences. Over time, this rigidity becomes visible. Their expressions tighten, their posture stiffens, and their aura carries the weight of frustration. You can almost see the years pressing down on them, not because of biology alone, but because of their unwillingness to adapt. Now think about those who seem ageless, even well into their 50s or 60s. They don't obsess about staying young, yet they somehow maintain an energy that feels timeless. Their secret is that they flow with life instead of resisting it. They approach new opportunities with an open mind. Instead of saying, "I'm too old for this," they say, "Why not?" They treat change not as a threat, but as a chance to grow. And that openness gives them a lightness, a youthful energy that others can't help but notice. Science supports this truth. Studies show that people who remain flexible in their thinking, those who continue to learn new skills, explore new environments, and stay socially and intellectually engaged, maintain healthier brains and stronger bodies. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and rewire, remains active throughout life if we keep challenging ourselves. The result? Sharper thinking, a livelier spirit, and even slower physical aging. But beyond science, there's something deeply human about this. When you resist change, you live in fear. Fear of losing control, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. Fear itself ages you. It weighs down your heart, etches worry lines on your face, and steals the spark from your eyes. On the other hand, when you embrace change, you invite freshness into your life. You carry an aura of curiosity, your expressions soften, and your presence radiates possibility. That is what makes people stop and wonder, how do they stay so young? Ask yourself, how do you respond to change? Do you tighten up, clinging to what you know, or do you lean in with curiosity? Every shift in life, whether it's a new job, a different lifestyle, or even the natural aging of your body, presents two choices: resist and grow old quickly, or embrace and stay alive in spirit. Aging is not merely the accumulation of years, it's the accumulation of attitudes. People who resist change carry the heaviness of time. Those who embrace it carry the lightness of possibility. The difference shows on their faces, in their voices, and in their energy. So the second hidden reason why some people look younger than their actual age is this: they welcome change instead of fearing it. They remain flexible, open, and eager to experience life in all its phases. And because they keep evolving, they never allow time to trap them in stagnation. If you want to preserve your youth, not just in looks, but in spirit, learn to say yes to change. See it as an invitation, not a threat. Allow yourself to grow, to learn, and to transform. In doing so, you'll discover that true youth is not about resisting time, it's about dancing with it. There's something magnetic about people who never lose their sense of wonder. Have you noticed that? While others settle into routine and begin to see life as predictable, these individuals remain curious, playful, and full of questions. They are not afraid to admit they don't know something, and instead of being embarrassed, they are excited to learn. And here's the secret. Lifelong curiosity is one of the most powerful keys to staying youthful. Think about children. Their eyes sparkle with curiosity. Every little thing excites them: a bug crawling on the sidewalk, the sound of rain, the mysteries of the night sky. That curiosity gives them energy. Now, when people grow older, many lose that spark. They stop asking questions, stop exploring, stop trying new things. They believe they've seen it all. And when curiosity dies, a part of their youth dies with it. Their faces grow dull, their conversations predictable, and their spirits heavy. But look at those who remain curious well into their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. They carry a sparkle that is unmistakable. They ask questions, they seek knowledge, they explore new cultures, books, hobbies, and ideas. They stay open to the world, and the world responds by keeping them vibrant. That curiosity lights up their eyes and makes their presence feel alive. It's not makeup, not expensive skincare, it's the inner fire of discovery. Science gives us another clue as to why curiosity keeps people young. When you learn something new, your brain creates fresh neural connections. This stimulates dopamine, the feel-good chemical associated with motivation and joy. Dopamine not only boosts your mood but also reduces stress, which in turn slows aging. People who maintain curiosity experience less decline in memory and cognitive function. Their brains stay sharper, and their energy remains fresh. And let's not forget the emotional side. Curiosity keeps you humble. It reminds you that no matter how much you know, there is always more to discover. Humility, in turn, keeps you from becoming rigid, bitter, or arrogant, traits that visibly age a person's energy. Instead, curiosity makes you approachable, open-hearted, and light-spirited. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you picked up a new book, explored a new place, or tried a new skill just for the joy of it? If it's been too long, maybe that's why life feels heavy. Curiosity is like oxygen for the soul. Without it, everything feels stagnant. With it, you breathe in vitality. Some people say, "I'm too old to learn this," but that mindset itself is what makes them age faster. In truth, you are never too old to start something new. Whether it's painting, cooking, learning a new language, or even dancing, it's not about mastering the skill, it's about keeping your mind engaged and your spirit alive. Those who stay curious don't just look younger, they feel younger. They laugh more, discover more, and live with a sense of freshness that others admire. Their faces carry fewer lines of worry because curiosity doesn't leave much space for fear. It replaces fear with fascination. So, the third hidden reason some people look much younger than their age is this: they never let go of their curiosity. They keep asking, keep learning, and keep exploring. And in doing so, they preserve the sparkle in their eyes and the lightness in their spirit. If you want to rediscover your youth, reignite your curiosity. Ask questions. Try new things. Approach the world not as if you've seen it all, but as if you've only just begun. Because in many ways, that's the truth. Every day is a chance to see life with fresh eyes. If there is one quality that separates those who appear worn out by life from those who radiate youth and calm, it is emotional balance. Think about it. The way you handle emotions doesn't just affect your mind, it shapes your body, your health, and even the way you age. Have you ever seen someone who is constantly angry or bitter? Their faces seem hardened, their brows tense, and their bodies carry heaviness. Negative emotions, when left unmanaged, carve themselves into a person's appearance. Chronic stress, resentment, and emotional chaos accelerate aging more than almost anything else. On the other hand, people who master their emotions, who can feel deeply without being consumed, carry a calmness that makes them look younger than their years. Emotional balance does not mean suppressing your feelings. It doesn't mean pretending pain doesn't exist or denying sadness and anger. Instead, it means feeling emotions fully, but not letting them control you. When anger arises, you acknowledge it but do not lash out destructively. When sadness visits, you allow yourself to grieve but don't sink into despair. When joy comes, you embrace it without clinging. This balanced approach keeps your inner world stable, and that stability radiates outward. There is a physiological explanation for this. Uncontrolled negative emotions keep the body in a constant state of stress. Cortisol levels remain high, which weakens the immune system, damages skin, and accelerates cellular aging. On the other hand, balanced emotional states reduce cortisol, improve heart health, and support hormonal harmony. Simply put, the calmer your emotional life, the younger your body stays. Have you ever noticed how peaceful people seem to glow? Their presence alone feels soothing. It's because they've learned not to let every problem steal their inner stability. This doesn't mean they don't face hardships, they do. But they carry themselves with equanimity, and that calmness protects their youthfulness. Philosophers and spiritual traditions have long taught this truth. The Stoics, Buddhists, and many other traditions all emphasize mastering emotions as a path to freedom. When you no longer allow external events to dictate your inner state, you break free from the cycle of suffering. And freedom shows in your face. It shows in your smile, your posture, your energy. Ask yourself, how often do you allow your emotions to control you? Do you let anger linger for days, or sadness turn into hopelessness? Or do you have the tools to process and release emotions? If you want to protect your youth, you must learn the art of emotional balance. Practical ways to build this balance include mindfulness, journaling, meditation, deep breathing, or simply pausing before reacting. It also means developing compassion, for yourself and for others. Compassion softens harsh emotions, transforms bitterness into understanding, and lightens the load you carry. And when the load is lighter, your face naturally looks brighter. Imagine two people of the same age. One reacts to every challenge with rage, stress, and despair. The other acknowledges difficulties but maintains inner calm. After 10 years, they will look completely different. One will appear older, weighed down by life. The other will look youthful, calm, and radiant. That difference is the power of emotional balance. So the fourth hidden reason why some people look younger than their age is this: they have mastered their emotions. They don't let negativity drain their spirit or carve itself into their appearance. Instead, they live with balance, calm, and compassion, and that balance makes them timeless. If you want to maintain your youth, learn not just to manage your emotions but to live in harmony with them. Feel everything, but remain steady. Let emotions move through you like waves, without drowning in them. In doing so, you protect not only your mind but also your body and your natural radiance. What keeps people truly alive? Is it youth, wealth, or health? While all these matter, there is something even more powerful that fuels vitality: a sense of purpose. Without purpose, life feels heavy, days blur together, and the soul grows weary. But with purpose, even in old age, people radiate energy, enthusiasm, and light. Think about those who seem much younger than their actual years. If you look closely, you'll notice that they almost always have something they live for, something beyond themselves. It could be raising children, building a business, teaching others, serving a community, or pursuing an art form. Their lives are anchored in meaning, and that meaning gives them strength. On the other hand, people who lose their sense of purpose often begin to age quickly. Their movements slow, their eyes lose their sparkle, and their voices carry fatigue. Without purpose, life feels directionless, and that lack of direction drains vitality. Even if their physical health is intact, their spirit grows old. Purpose is powerful because it engages the whole person. It gives the mind a reason to focus, the body a reason to keep moving, and the heart a reason to endure hardship. When you wake up each day knowing why you're alive, your energy naturally increases. Purpose pushes you to care for yourself because you want to continue contributing, helping, or creating. Science confirms this. Research shows that people with a strong sense of purpose live longer, recover from illness more quickly, and experience lower rates of depression. Purpose reduces stress by placing struggles into a bigger picture. Instead of feeling crushed by every challenge, people with purpose see difficulties as part of their mission. That perspective not only keeps their spirit young, but also protects their physical health. Think about it this way: aging is not just about the body, it's also about the soul. A person who has given up on life ages faster than one who still burns with passion. That's why some people at 70 look alive, while others at 40 look exhausted. The difference isn't just years, it's purpose. Ask yourself, what gives your life meaning? Do you wake up excited, knowing there's something you're contributing to the world? Or do you drift through your days, waiting for time to pass? If you feel the latter, perhaps what you're missing isn't youth itself, but purpose. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't mean saving the world or building an empire. It can be as simple as nurturing your family, supporting your friends, creating art, or even planting a garden. What matters is that it lights up your spirit and reminds you that your existence matters. When you live with purpose, your face shows it. There's determination in your eyes, clarity in your expression, and vitality in your movements. People may not know exactly what drives you, but they can sense that your life has direction, and that direction gives you youthfulness. So the fifth hidden reason why some people look much younger than their age is this: they live with purpose. They are guided by meaning, not just by survival. And that purpose fuels them with energy that defies the years. If you want to stay young in spirit and appearance, find your why. Discover what lights up your soul and pursue it. It doesn't matter if it's small or big. What matters is that it is yours. Because when you live with purpose, time may touch your body, but it will never touch your spirit. What happens to people who carry resentment, anger, or regret for years? You can often see it written on their faces. Their eyes look distant, their expressions heavy, and their posture weary, as if they are chained to memories they cannot let go of. Holding on to the past does not just weigh down the soul, it leaves visible marks on the body. Over time, bitterness accelerates aging. On the other hand, those who look younger than their age often share one powerful trait: they know how to let go. They release grudges, forgive both themselves and others, and refuse to let the past define their present. This act of letting go is not weakness, it is a form of strength that keeps them light, vibrant, and youthful. Science explains why. When you dwell on regret or anger, your body produces stress hormones like cortisol. High cortisol over long periods harms your skin, weakens your immune system, and drains your energy. It accelerates the physical signs of aging: wrinkles, dull skin, and constant fatigue. People who cannot forgive often carry this burden unconsciously, and it shows. But gratitude and forgiveness work like natural anti-aging remedies. When you choose to focus on what is good in your life rather than what has been lost, your body responds positively. Stress hormones decrease, your nervous system calms, and your overall health improves. Gratitude literally lightens the load you carry, both mentally and physically. Think of someone you know who seems effortlessly youthful, no matter their age. Look closer, and you may notice that they are not stuck in the past. They do not replay old mistakes in their mind or cling to bitterness. Instead, they laugh easily, forgive quickly, and live fully in the present. Their energy feels lighter because they are not carrying invisible weights. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not erase the lessons of the past. It simply means refusing to let pain dominate your present. Forgiveness is not about saying what happened was okay. It is about freeing yourself from being tied to it forever. And that freedom is what allows your spirit and your face to remain young. Gratitude works in the same way. When you focus on what you are thankful for, your perspective shifts. You stop obsessing over what you lack and start appreciating what you already have. This shift reduces stress, lifts your mood, and brightens your outlook. People who practice gratitude regularly tend to smile more, radiate positivity, and naturally appear younger. Ask yourself, what are you still holding on to? Is it a grudge, a regret, or a mistake from long ago? Recognize that these things are not just affecting your thoughts, they are also shaping your body, your energy, and your presence. The good news is that you can choose to let go. You can choose gratitude. And when you do, your entire being transforms. The sixth hidden reason why some people look younger than their age is this: they practice gratitude and they let go of the past. They understand that resentment and regret age the soul, while forgiveness and thankfulness renew it. By choosing light over heaviness, they preserve not only their inner peace but also their youthful glow. If you want to unlock this secret, begin today. Forgive someone, even if it's yourself. Write down what you are grateful for. Remind yourself that the past cannot be changed, but the present can always be lived fully. Because youth is not just about smooth skin, it is about carrying a spirit that is free, light, and unburdened. Have you ever noticed how some people seem weighed down by memories of the past? Their eyes reveal sadness, their expressions carry exhaustion, and their presence feels heavy. They replay old mistakes, regrets, or painful experiences again and again, as though they are still living inside them. This constant attachment to the past does not just affect the mind, it physically alters the body and accelerates aging. The truth is, the past is heavy. Every unresolved conflict, every regret, every moment of guilt you carry adds invisible weight to your spirit. Over time, that weight becomes visible. It shows in the form of wrinkles, tension in the body, and a drained expression. Science backs this up. Stress hormones like cortisol increase when people dwell on the past, leading to faster aging, weaker immune systems, and diminished energy. Now compare this with people who seem to defy time, glowing with youth regardless of their age. What sets them apart? They have learned the art of letting go. They do not allow the past to chain them down. They understand that clinging to regret or resentment does not change what has already happened, it only steals the joy of the present. These individuals live fully in the now. They are not trapped in yesterday's mistakes, nor are they overly anxious about tomorrow's uncertainties. Their focus is on the present moment, and that choice frees them. This freedom creates lightness in their spirit, which naturally reflects in their faces, their movements, and their overall energy. Living in the present is not always easy. The mind loves to wander backward into regret or forward into worry. But those who maintain a youthful spirit know how to gently pull themselves back into the now. They remind themselves that the past is unchangeable, the future is unknowable, and the only true moment of life is the one they are living right now. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and deep breathing help cultivate this awareness. Gratitude also plays a vital role, because when you are thankful for what you have today, you spend less time wishing you could rewrite the past. Forgiveness, too, is key. When you forgive, you release yourself from the burden of carrying yesterday into today. Think about it. When someone lets go of the past, their face softens. Their eyes brighten. Their energy feels lighter. You can sense it the moment they walk into a room. They radiate vitality, not because their skin is wrinkle-free, but because their spirit is not weighed down. This is the seventh hidden reason why some people look younger than their age. They embrace the present. They choose not to let the past dictate their identity or their energy. Instead, they live with openness, curiosity, and gratitude for the moment at hand. That choice keeps them vibrant, no matter what their age says. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to that is aging you? A mistake, a betrayal, a loss? Recognize that clinging to it does not serve you. The moment you decide to release it, you will feel lighter, freer, and younger. The present moment is a gift. That's why it's called the present. When you truly embrace it, your spirit shines, your body relaxes, and your energy glows. And that glow is what makes people stop and wonder, how do you look so young? As we've explored, The secret to looking younger isn't hidden in expensive creams or beauty treatments. It's found in the way you live, the way you think, and the way you treat your own heart. A resilient spirit, an open mind, authentic emotions, positive energy, deep connections, and the courage to let go of the past. These are the true elixirs of youth. Time will always move forward, and our bodies will inevitably change. But the way we carry ourselves can either accelerate the weight of years or lighten it. You've seen it yourself. Some people seem to age overnight under the burden of stress and regret, while others radiate a youthful glow because they've chosen joy, curiosity, and resilience. The lesson is clear. Youth is not just a number. It's a state of mind, a daily practice, and a conscious decision. You can't control time, but you can control how you respond to it. And by choosing to nurture your inner world, you give your outer world the gift of lasting vitality. So, ask yourself, what story do I want my face, my presence, and my energy to tell? Because in the end, the truest beauty is not about erasing the years, it's about carrying them with grace, strength, and a spirit that never grows old.